We are here for a very long time. We've not had such an event on campus. We've not had an event for how many years? Who can guess? Any 300 students here? Level 300? Level 300? So those in 300 can bear witness that the last time we started this thing, we just went for the float, and on Sunday, fellow Ghanaians, good evening. I bring warm greetings to your house. By the executive, then, we now put clothes on schools. Hi. So we thank God today we are here. We went for the float on Saturday. Today we are here for the vibe check. Everybody, let's say vibe check. Oh, but you can't say vibe check and be sitting down. Okay, so before we continue, I'll invite John Reno to give us how we do the vibe check. Let's clap for John Reno. Yeah, he's an IT student. So John Reno will show us how we do vibe check in a vibely way. Iba.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. Yeah, so as he was saying, the vibe check, we need to, we need to at least boost our system. Like, we need to kick ourselves, you understand? So when I say show, that's how we're going to do it. When I say show, then you say show them. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, you're not ready. I said when I say show, you said show them. Are you ready? Show. For the last time. Show. Show them. Straight. Well, thank you very much.
Let's give it up for John Reno. Show. You have to show them. If they can't see, clean it. Write it again. Okay, so without wasting my time, we invite the SRC Women's Commissioner, Madam Claudia Asantewa-Boateng, to give us the opening prayer to kickstart the program. Oh, let's clap for her. Let's clap. Oh.
Please, can we be upstanding as we pray? Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you so much for this day, and we thank you for an opportunity as this. We pray in the name of Jesus that as we have gathered here, we ask that you come and take control, you reign the affairs of whatever we'll do here, and in the end, we'll give glory, honor, and adoration unto your name. Those and many other blessings we ask through Jesus Christ, our Lord and personal Savior. Amen.
Amen. That's such a prayer. Okay, so those on my left, if you know there's an empty seat in front of you, you just kindly let's fill it. Let's fill it, please. We took a pledge. We took a pledge. We don't want to be distracted. We took a pledge. Thank you very much. So, once again, the SRC Week, the 19th SRC Week celebration. And this is a youth employability seminar. When we say employability, it's straightforward. You know that, Charlie. I have this lecturer. How many professional ethics students are here? Professional ethics. He said he was so disheartened when he heard there's an association called Unemployed Graduate Association. He said, how can you go to school for 4 years and you have the skills to form an association that you are unemployed? You sat down, you had an idea that you want to form an association for unemployed people. So I think this is the best place and we are the right place. So I introduce some people in our midst. But you see, there are people here. We see people in blue, 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 blue. We are wondering why are some people in blue, 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 blue. Just so they are not Chelsea fans. No, they are not Chelsea fans. Okay, so by way of introduction, in no particular order, we have Magdalene Kwabna, the SRC Financial Controller here. She will give us a wave. She'll give us a wave. Yes. Our own. Oh, we clap for her. Oh. You see, once that's why I say we shouldn't be distracted with our phones. Once I mention the name, no. Shosho. 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 Thank you. So we have Madam Akosia Ophelia Mensah. She's our External Affairs Secretary. Let's clap for her. Okay, so then we have our partners. Or somebody say partners. Okay, so we have Mr. Eric from Utah. So Eric will give us a wave. Then we have Mr. Gideon Abwaji, the HR manager. So wait, Mr. Gideon, you take a seat. Wait. So everybody, let's do this. So we have Mr. Gideon Abwaji, the HR. So then we have Mr. Maxwell Frimpong. Mr. Maxwell Frimpong, the IT manager. Yeah, he's also at the back. See, when you're at the back, you make things happen. What is here? You make things happen. So then we have our resource personnel, those who make sure that they give us what it takes, so that we won't go and join the Unemployment Graduate Association. We don't want to have a Wisconsin chapter. No. We don't want that one. Okay, so then we have some two beautiful ladies. And as part of this current SRC administration, is one of the president's vibe. Since we are in a vibe check, that we want to see women take certain positions. We are tired of the women being number 2. Second really sucks. Just when you wrote exams and you are second. You see, every day, then you see that I cannot behind every successful man. Now the women say they are not behind. Now they are beside. Yes, so we have 2 powerful women here. Yes, I was very happy when I saw our resource personnel as women, because on Wednesday we'll have women in leadership. We just want to create that vibe that we have women taking. Maybe Pauledu Jenfe will hand over to a woman as the next SRC president. I'm a ladies here. You clap. It's nice that maybe we hand over to a lady. Or what do you think? Maybe as me as PRO, I'll hand over to a woman as the next SRC PRO. What do you think? Is it a good thing? Is it not that? Then you clap. You see, I'm shy. So when you are clapping, then you get it. You get it? Yes. If you don't get it, thank you. So we have, I don't know how I introduce her. I'm even shaking because Charlie, she's not a small person. Me, I'm just an SRC PRO. SRC PRO there, you leave the entrance of Wisconsin. Oh, yeah, nobody. Even the Wisconsin. Okay, so we have Madame Ikuya Ampao. Oh, we didn't see her. We didn't see her. We didn't see her. We didn't see her. So then, she's a career consultant. It means that once you come to her, she will coach you. Some of us, we are doing some courses that maybe the job is not even in Ghana. But once we have these people, they'll show us how to cross our T's, how to dot our I's, how to write the application that when people like Mr. Boaji sees your application, you'll be like, this is the candidate we are looking for. Is it a good thing? Is it a good thing? It's nice that we will be nice in some offices. Okay, so then I introduce the next person. Hey. Okay, so we have Madam Hilda Animo Tieku. She's the CEO. She's the CEO of Jobaman Ghana. So those who have been seeing Jobaman, you see the CEO. Charlie, this one we have to stand up and clap for them. Like, let's stand up and clap for them. Yeah, stand up and clap for them. So let's resume our seats. So those women who are here and media, I can't do it. Media, I can't do it. Media, I can't do it. CEO of Jobaman is. But wait, why Jobaman? Why not Joba Woman? Anyway, that was just by the way. Okay, so when I was introducing the SRC executives, I left some names out. And I think this is the point I introduce the person. So we have our SRC Vice President here. So she'll give us some small address. It's not nice that we are all here and we don't hear from the leadership of the SRC. It's not a nice thing. So without much ado, I invite Madam Charlotte Ama Akwa, the SRC Vice President. Yes. To give us a brief address. Let's clap. Oh, the Vice President. She's very cute. She's very humble. She's down to earth. Ladies and gentlemen, the SRC Vice President.
Good afternoon once again. Okay, on behalf of the SRC and YOTA, that's the Youth Opportunity and Transformation Africa, I would like to say a very big welcome to you all for taking time off your busy schedule to come here as to discuss on how best we can gain employment or learn some soft skills as we go out there. I believe that as we are all here, we are with our notes and our pens. We'll be taking we'll be jotting some things down that when we go out there, it will benefit us all. Thank you.
When we go out there, it will benefit us all. So without much ado, I'll invite Mr. Eric to man the mic and give us. So, yes, so now this is the point we take. You see, we swear a pledge that won't be distracted by our phones. Oh, Igbo. Yes, I like that. So thank you very much, Mr. Eric.
Great. Thank you. Oh, put your hands together. I can't feel the vibe. Yeah. All right. Shosho. Okay, it was coming. It's 50%. Shosho. Oh, you've dropped to 40. Shosho. Okay, 70. We'll take it like that. Great. My name is Eric. Eric Safro. I work with YOTA. I am the team lead for innovation and skills. And I'm here to just briefly talk to you about what Vibe Check is and our mission. And you can actually read our mission here. Can we read together? Supporting youth on their journey from education to employment. That's all we are here to do, to support you on your journey. Currently, you are what someone would say in an incubator, being prepared for the job market, whether in employment, blue collar or white collar job, or in your own enterprise. We are here to support you through that process so that you can transition nicely into the world of work. And the medium in which you are going to do that is WhatsApp. So I know you took a pledge, but when you were coming in, you all registered on the WhatsApp platform, right? So let's get interactive on that WhatsApp platform, because Vibe Check is a platform, and it's a WhatsApp platform that we are going to use to help you navigate and support you through that journey, right? And so on that WhatsApp platform, that's what we are going to be using throughout. We're going to have our speakers come on stage and then interact with us. If you want to ask them questions, it's on that platform. Put your questions on the platform, and then we'll take your questions, and during the forum session, we will ask them those questions as well. We would also be interacting, so your expectation, what you really expect through Vibe Check, you tell us. And when we finish, whether we did well or we didn't do well. We'll do a short evaluation through that. There's a surprise also that is going to come on the vibe check, on the platform, sorry. And so on that platform, hold on to that surprise. When we get there, we'll put the surprise there, and it will take you from that platform to another platform where we'll get more interactive and where you get to actually understand what vibe check is. You see, this project has 3 phases. The first phase is the Employability Forum, what we are doing now. The second phase is the vibe check learning, where you actually learn some skills that will help you. And the third phase is what we call the job fair. So you have to go through this session to get to the learning. And the learning, when you finish the learning, you get a certificate. You have 4 modules. So after every module, you get an e-certificate. When you finish all 4 modules, you get a proper certificate, a hard copy certificate. And that certificate will give you the guarantee or the access to the job fair. And the job fair, I will hold on, because at the end, we'll talk about the job fair and the prospect it holds for you as well. And so we are excited to be in Wisconsin. On Wednesday, we're going to University of Ghana. And on Friday, on Wednesday, we are at All Nations University. And on Friday, we are at the University of Ghana. So you are not alone in this. A number of universities are benefiting. And so I want Wisconsin to be the pace setter in this process. And so let's get interactive on Vibe Check. And give me one show. Show. Thank you. Oh, clap for me.
Show. Okay, so we are still not in normal times, and we encourage that we keep our marks on. So let's do this. So once the mic, you hear the sound of the mic, it means your marks is on. So when I say mic on, you say marks on. Mic on. Mic on. Okay. So that was a good one for Mr. Eric. We all have our expectations, right? So we all have what we want to expect at the end of the program. Just like how when we go for lectures for the first time, the lecturer will come, the lecturer will display course outline, we'll do this. At the end of the semester, sometimes the lecturers meet the target. At the end of the semester, sometimes you go check the course outline, you are not treating week 3 topic in week 9. It's normal. Anna, it happens. Shosho. Okay, so we have to get going. And yes, so I can't even wait to have the first speaker. Like, I'm very those from that side will say, me home pray. So without much ado, I introduce our first speaker. She's very beautiful. She's nice. So I invite our External Affairs Secretary to read a brief profile about her before she mounts the stage. So ladies and gentlemen, let's clap for Philia Kosia Mensah.
Okay. Ekia Ampa is a career services professional who supports young people, especially tertiary students, with their early career development. She does this through coaching, creating relevant career content and programs, assisting students with internships, mentorship, and job shadowing opportunities. Her goal is to use these channels to support young people make informed career decisions. She is an advocate for early career support for young people, irrespective of their socioeconomic backgrounds. Ekia is the founder and lead coach of Virtual Career Office, an online platform that provides career support to its audience through interactive and fun blog posts, career tips, and other services such as career or interview prep coaching, job search strategies, among others. She also runs a consultancy that collaborates with educational institutions, employers, and development agencies to provide career support services and solutions to enhance employability outcomes among graduates in Africa. Prior to starting her consultancy, she worked as a senior career development advisor at Ashesi University, supporting students with their career development, managed experiential learning programs, mentorship and job shadowing, assisted with employer engagement, and organized career events to enhance students' employability. EQUIA is also a World Innovation Summit for Education, WISC, Emerging Leader 20. She holds a bachelor's degree in business administration from Ashesi University and a postgraduate certificate in human resource management from the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, GIMPA. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, let's invite Madam Equia Amka. So, before Madam Equia starts, those of us on the WhatsApp platform, there's a link. So you state your expectations. When you check the WhatsApp platform right now, there's a link. So you write your expectations. And as our first speaker presents and coach us, if you have any questions, the platform is also there for you. You state it. So ladies and gentlemen, Equia Ampa.
Thank you very much, Efo. And hello, everyone. I know I always get this all the time. Anytime I have to speak, there's a lot of questions that I see in people's eyes. Is she a small girl? Is she old? And all that. I get that. But regardless of how you view me or what you think about me, all I'm here to do is encourage you to know that regardless of your age, you can do or get to any point that you want to get to. Are we okay? Are we okay? I can sit down now, right? Yes, because a lot of you think that you need to be very old to be able to do a lot in life or make an impact in life. But just so you know that if you are very strategic about your career success or your career journey, you can do a lot for yourself, okay? So just drop down this whole, is she old, is she young, and let's concentrate on the presentation, okay? By the way, I'm quite old. I just keep a short hair, okay? And I eat well, so I look very fit, okay? Okay, so today I've been tasked to talk to you about preparing for the world of work. Did you get the topic? Preparing for the world of work, and I'll be focusing on the strategies that you can adopt to enhance your career success. Are you guys going to project for me? Okay, so the strategies that you can adopt to enhance your career success. And I have a picture that I want to share that for me, it sums up everything that I want to talk about today. So I wish the team could do that and we can move on. But before they do that, maybe anyone can share with me their expectations for my presentation or today's session. You can just raise up your hand and just say it. What are your expectations? You don't have any expectations? No expectations? No expectations? So you just came here? So what brought you here? Because they are not serving food, right? Are they serving food? Or you think they will give you food after? I'm here to bust your bubble, though. What brought you here, please? What made you carry yourself and say, I want to come here? Or for the ladies here, you think you get some crush or a potential partner here? Or the guys here, you think you will find some serious lady here? That way, eh? Wife material. Yeah, sure. If they are wife material, I know a lot of you know why you're here, but you just decided not to say because either you don't want to express yourself or you're not confident enough to speak. So please do well to develop your communication skills, because that's really what will take you to the next level in your career, okay? Are we okay? I'm sure if I asked you what is trending on social media, you guys would tell me. Right, okay. So this is the picture that I want us to look at, and it just summarizes everything that I want to talk about. So this is just a bulb. You guys can see it, right? It's a lit bulb, right? And I mean, it has legs, it has hands, right? And for me, when I saw this picture, what came to mind is how we can actually take control of our career, right? So that when we take control of it, we are successful, and that makes the lights come on, okay? And you also look at it and you realize that without other support systems, right? Or they have that, I think this is the adapter, right? And that's the switch. And you have what's this thing called? The cable and all that, right? So all these things come together to make the light come on, right? And that's what you need to know. When it comes to your career success, one, you have to own it yourself. And at the end of the day, you also have to get people around you to support you, okay? So that's what today I'm going to talk to you about, which is strategically planning your career success, okay? Owning it first, and also being able to get the right people to support you. So when we talk about career success, right, a lot of people just think about, what can I do in future? What job should I pursue? I'm studying marketing or business administration. Okay, what are the possible career options for me? That is fine, but there's a stage that you need to go to first before you can get to that point of you saying that this is it for me. And that stage is know your VIPs. And I say VIPs meaning your what? Your values, your interests, your personality, and your skills. Your values, you need to know what motivates you, what is very important to you, what are your interests. Some people are very interested in photography. Some people are just interested in making sure that people look good. People are interested in marketing stuff. You need to get to the point where you know what your interests are. And the P is for the personality or passion, right? Your personality, are you an introverted person, extroverted person? How do you work in a team? All these things you need to know for yourself, right? And you have to find a way to know all these things before you get to the next stage of finding potential career options that you can explore. And your skills. What are you good at? What are your competencies? If I call somebody right now and say, hey, just walk me through your VIPs. What are your values? What are your interests? What's your personality? What is your passion and your skills? I'm sure a lot of you may know, but also some may not know. So I want you to, if you didn't get anything or you don't get anything from my presentation, I want you guys to go home and pay attention to your VIPs, okay? I mean, it's very easy to get that VIPs, right? Your value, your interest, your personality or passion, and then your skills. Someone will ask, how do you identify these VIPs? And the VIPs help you identify your purpose in life, okay? Because when you know your VIPs, you know the kind of people to connect with. When you see an opportunity that's for you, you see it. It's like, I hate to use this example, but that's the only thing I can think about. If you are aware of maybe your partner or whoever you want in your life, right? When you see that person, you are likely to see the person, right? Or let me speak to the ladies, maybe the guys, you guys. I can't relate with you. Ladies, right? When you see a guy that you think you can start a life with, you can see it, right? And you can only know that if you have asked yourself questions, that what are some of the things that I want to see in a guy, or what will attract me to a guy, right? Unfortunately, some of you have not asked these questions, so any guy is fine for you, right? But it's unfortunate. So when you see a guy who maybe is XYZ, you realize that, oh, okay, this is the guy that I want for myself. And that's the same thing when it comes to your career. So that when Jobberman, for example, advertises something on their website, you just don't apply to any job because you are what? Unemployed. Do you understand? Do you see the difference? And you see where I'm going with this? They would advertise a lot of roles, but you don't apply to all of them because some will speak to you and others will not speak to you. The reason you apply to just any job is because you are what? Desperate. And the reason you will join the Unemployed Association is because when you applied, one, you were not shortlisted. Because when you apply for a role, you are supposed to sometimes upload your CV and most of the time your cover letter. And in your cover letter, a good recruiter can tell if you are the right person or not. Do you understand? Same thing, I'll use relationships. If a girl talks to a guy and the guy is just talking non-fa, you will not what? Even pick the person's call again, right? The reason I use relationships is because it's very easy to understand, right? So that's the same way if a recruiter is talking to you, can tell that you just apply for the job. And they can also talk to someone and know that, oh, wow, this person is really passionate about it. Do you understand? So that's the thing. When you know your VIPs, trust me, you are unstoppable. Your age will not matter. Where you're coming from will not matter. The school you went to will not matter. Do you understand? So if you didn't get anything from my presentation, like I said, this is a big deal because for me personally, the reason anytime people call me to speak, I don't do the whole Google search and come and talk to people is because I use my own personal experience, right? When I went through this, identifying what my values are, my interests are, my passion and my personality and skills, it took me to another world. And I've gone to places or have connected with people that for my age, I probably shouldn't be doing it or connecting with such people. Do you understand? But it's because I'm very intentional and I know what I want from life. So when I see an opportunity, I recognize it. Do you understand? I know where to go to get what I want. Do you understand? I'll give another example. If you know that you have a big tummy, for the ladies here, I don't talk to guys often because they get it, right? For the ladies here, if you have a big tummy, you know what to do to make it flat, no? You know you shouldn't eat after what, 6? You know you should exercise. You know these things, right? And this will be the VIPs. You know them. So that you know where to go to get your tummy what flat and what to do. It's the same thing. Do you understand? So I'm just going to make it very, very, very practical. And when I got to the opportunity to go through my VIPs, it was just something else. And a lot of people don't talk to young people about discovering themselves first. Sometimes it looks like a cliche, but when you get that foundation right, it's very beautiful. It's very beautiful. People will see it and say, oh, wow. And they'll be surprised. So please take that step to know what your VIPs are, your values. And your values also help you with the kind of decisions that you make. So that's not everything that you will do. Do you understand? So that when everybody is wearing the bone straight, you won't wear. And it's not because it's bad. It's because you know yourself. Do you understand? If everybody is wearing big dresses like me, you won't wear some because you know your body type. Do you understand? And that's it when it comes to career. Not everything is for everybody, right? Not everybody will come out of university and get a job or want to do 9 to 5. We know that, right? Not everybody will come out of university and do what? Also start their own business. You know that. You need to know thy what? Self. Some people are very irresponsible, so they can't start their business. So you go and do 9 to 5, okay? So these are some of the things or ways that you can identify your VIPs. First, self-introspection or self-reflection. Ask yourself some questions that is very uncomfortable to ask yourself, but you have to ask yourself these questions. So I just wrote some examples. What kind of person am I and what life do I want for myself? How many of you have asked yourself this question? And the funny thing is that when you see people who have done this reflection, you can see it. Their attitude, the way they present themselves, you can see it. They don't just live just like that. Even the way they talk to people. You are very intentional. Like you are working and you are very intentional about a lot of things. right? So ask yourself, what kind of person are you and what do you want from life? I had to ask myself that question. I knew that for me, at a very young age, I want to do my own thing. I knew that very early in my life. But I also knew that before I get to where I want to go to, I wanted to go through some kind of experience, work in corporate, work with people to understand how the corporate world works and everything, to be able to start my own thing. And that's what I wanted for myself. I wanted to know that at some point in my life, I should be able to get good contracts, that I can get a contract that can sustain me for 1 year, and I'm just there. Do you understand? And that is your life. That's what you want for yourself. There are some people who also want to work every time, want to start their own business, want to work 9 to 5. There's no right or wrong. You have to find out for yourself what you want for your life. How many of you have asked this question before? Just be honest. It's okay. Right. And I'm not surprised, because even when I was in school, I didn't get the opportunity to ask myself these questions. Right? So please do ask yourself these questions. What makes me happy? What makes me come alive? Some of you will say food, which is fine. And funny enough, somebody will say food, and it's fine. And that is even a business opportunity right there, right? If food makes you come alive, what does it mean? Exactly. Do you understand? So don't look at anything and make it feel like, oh, it's bad. If traveling makes you come alive, that's a business opportunity right there. Tourism, right? You can start something. Do you understand? So don't downplay anything. Just be honest with yourself and write it. And these things I said that you just don't think about it. You start writing them down, right? So that you know that what makes me happy, you write them down. What makes me sad, you write all these things down, right? You write all these things so that it's like your blueprint. I did this thing, I think, some 6 or 5 years ago, and I have a book that I always go to just make sure I'm on track or not, right? So have a book that is for that, okay? And you can do a personality test. It's online, free. There are lots of free ones you can do just to understand yourself better. I mean, some people say that it's not accurate and all that, but it gives you an idea of who you are. There are some that is like, when you finish, you'll be like, oh, wow, this is really me. Do you understand? I'm sure some of you have not even thought about doing a personality test. MBTI is there, 16 personalities. They just go online, Google. Use your smartphone for what? Smart things, okay? So you just Google personality test or something and just do it, okay? And then you get it. So next point, please. And so, like I mentioned, everything that I talked about will give you some roadmap. It gives you an idea of where to start. And that's why a lot of people, till when they started from freshman year to final year, when you ask them, what do you want to do in life? You're like, I don't know. What are you studying? Marketing. So what, you want to be a marketer? Yes. You are studying what? Business administration. You want to do what? Business. And studying what? What do people do again? So whatever you are studying, that means that's what you have to do. That is a myth. It's wrong. Okay? You and I know that most of you studied something because your parents forced you to do it. Or your sibling was doing it, so it looks so fancy, you want to do it. But when you have the opportunity to do that VIP thing that I talked about, you will know that the fact that I'm studying marketing doesn't necessarily mean that I need to pursue a career in marketing. And it's possible that because you're studying marketing, you have to do marketing. But you need to get to that final decision for yourself, okay? So this picture, like I'm a picture person, right? And I try to do this. So this picture gives you an idea of the different paths to explore. And the VIP thing I talked about, it's not a one-day thing that you just go and sit in your room and just think, oh, what do I want to do? Then write it down. It's a journey that you have to go on, okay? So this exercise is not for people who are lazy or microwave children, like they want to fast because they put it in a microwave, it has to come out in 5 minutes. No, it's a journey, and I'm still on that journey. But at least it helps to move from stage 1 to stage 2 or whatever, right? We are better off moving than just staying at one place and just be there. Do you understand? So that anyone who comes to you say, oh, I have a job for you, then you just jump on it. There should be times where there's a job and you don't take it. I know it's very radical, but you should get to that point where you see a job, it's well paying, but you don't take it because what? It doesn't align with your values, or you're not interested in, or your personality is not right for it. Do you understand? I do this all the time, and I meet people who, after presenting, they come to me and say, oh, okay, I have this thing, I want you to help me do it. I think about it. Not everything is exciting to me. Do you understand? And you need to get to that point, okay? So, next point. So that's the roadmap I'm talking about, if you do the VIPs and all that. Next point, please. Right. So the main thing, which is the preparing for work. I know that people would have come to start with this slide, preparing for work. We'll start this and start this. But we need to do the VIPs first, because I personally know what the VIPs have done to me, okay? So with everything that I talked about, I said that it helps you discover yourself. It gives you that career path, or gives you options that you can explore, right? And with that, you get to develop yourself, or like I mentioned, it's a path. It's a journey that you have to go on, right? And how do you develop yourself, or how do you build yourself to get to that thing that you're talking about? I'll give you an example. When I started doing this job that I'm doing, right? I knew that when I was a kid, I knew that I wanted to talk to young people. I was just like, when I was a kid, I remember I had a dream that I was just like holding a microphone, just talking to people. And I told my mom about it. Mommy, this was the name. She was like, okay, sure. But when I was growing up, I had some insecurities because naturally I'm smallish, right? My family, is it that you're big or you're fat? Oh, no. Yeah. Is it that, I know you guys are listening, okay. Is it that you're big or you're very small? So I have an auntie who is like 63. She's just like me. Yeah. And I have an auntie who is like 41. You see, it's like you're dying, right? And so that's the thing. And when I was growing up, I had this insecurity, like, I felt always small in my circle of friends. I was the smallest. And me too, I was the one that, I'm not chilly, I'll beat you right now. You know, I was that kind of girl. I think maybe because of my insecurity, it made me very gra-gra, right, and all that. And I realized that I was a very confident child when I was growing up. But I realized that because of my insecurities, right, it made me lose my self-confidence. Because any time I went out, I would rather leave it for the older people to talk. Not even the older people, they are my mates, but when you see them, yeah. Let me give you an example right now. So, get up. Would you believe I said that she's my student? Yes. When I was at Ashesi, she was one of my students in Ashesi. And so somebody like me walking by me, just somebody would think it's like my small, like, she's my mother or my older sister, right? So I'm just trying to give you an example of how insecure I was, right? And it was like that all the time. Like every time, everybody looked older than me. My kid cousins, we can go for parties or something, and they are telling my kid cousins that, you guys get married, hurry up and get married, look at the way you are. And they forget about me. Then my auntie will be like, but it can, know that she, and everything. And then they'll be like, oh, okay. Then their mind, it was that for me. That insecurity was there. But I got to a point where I realized that, you know what, because of what I want to do for myself, I need to come out of it. Do you understand? And so I had to be intentional about developing myself. So I had to go back to develop my public speaking skills. In how many years, if you called me to come and do this presentation, I'll give you 1,001 reasons why I can't do it. Oh, my car has broken down, oh, my eye is swollen, oh, something. But because, again, my VIPs, I realized that this is my interest. This is what I want to do in life. So I need to develop myself. If I'd come here and I had wobbly feet, I was just like, you won't take me seriously. I know some of you still don't take me seriously, but yeah. I'm just saying, you understand what I mean? So your VIPs will actually help you even identify the skills that you need to improve on. So it's possible that, yes, this is what you love doing, but you may not have been, or you've not developed that skills, right? But you use the opportunity to develop it. Do you understand? So you may love photography, that's fine, but you may not be a good photographer, like you've not started. So you need to go on that journey. Am I making sense? Are you sure? Me, my work is ministry. Oh. I'm serious, it's ministry. So yeah, so this is a journey you have to go on. Volunteer extracurricular activities. A lot of you don't like volunteering. So when you have to do something, when you talk about volunteer, come and volunteer. How much? That is why the word is volunteer. How much? I found myself through volunteering. I discovered the things that I'm passionate about, some of the things I did for free, or some of the things that helped me realize that, oh, this is what I love doing. I love to, welcome people. But of course, if you don't smile to me, I'll even mind you again. I love those things. I love to plan. I like to do all these things. And all these things have helped me get to where I am right now. There are some things I did for free. I did it very well that till date, people still make reference and call me and say, hey, Ikea, you remember 5 years ago you did this thing for us and all that kind of, would you want to come back? And of course, this time, they know my level now, right? So you think they don't pay me. They will pay me, baby. Do you understand? So sometimes it's a seed you have to sow what? Now. And as young people, when I say young, I'm not saying you're a small girl or small boy, like me, I'm young. But as young people, we need to adopt that mindset of volunteering, doing things for free now. Because in future, it won't be free. And you trust me, this thing, if you start doing it, you will look for me somewhere and say, okay, this thing you told me some years back, I'm benefiting, I'm reaping from that action that I did. So everything shouldn't be about money, money, money. And your VIPs will also help you know the kind of activities that you should do. Diana, so that's not everything that you go and do, that they are calling for sweepers, you are going. How is it in your VIP? But because you want to be maybe, I don't know, but maybe you want to take up a leadership role, for example, in future, the kind of work you want to do, you want to be into leadership or something, or you want to start your own business or something. When there's an entrepreneurship something, you find yourself there. Do you understand? And you're not going there because, you are going there because of that long-term vision that you have. You may remember I mentioned that blueprint, right? You have it there. So when you see opportunities that are sort of in line with what you have to do in future, it's easy for you to just jump on it. Do you understand? And it also helps with the extracurricular activities. I don't know how many of you here, I don't know if you have clubs here or not, I'm not too sure, but how many of you are in those clubs? And you don't just be a member from first year to final year. Member, I see it on CVs, student CVs. What clubs do you have here? Give me an example. You don't have clubs? Road tract. Okay, so road tract, road tract. Member. Hey, 4 years. When they make it 6 simple. Member. No, at least you started member, right? Then you took up what? Secretary. Do you understand? Something. What are you communicating to the employer? Leadership. Do you understand? Progression. And I'm giving you secret to these things, so that's why somebody can get your CV and not even call you again. Same way somebody will take some school B CV. I want to mention the name of the school, because they say I'm always biased. Some school be CV, and for them, anytime they submit their CV, before they even leave their gates, they are calling, well, please, can we schedule you for an interview? Do you understand? So please pay attention to that. All these things help you develop yourself and the skills that you need for industry. And I'm sure Ma'am Hilda will talk more about the things that employers look out for, right? So all these opportunities, do something of interest. So the question again somebody will ask is, how do I know this is of interest? Go back to what? VIPs, right? So you see how everything connects? So you go back to VIPs. Start a YouTube channel. You guys are very woke generation. I have my own reservations with that. People say I work, but some of the things you do amazes me. So you start a YouTube channel, and you're actually doing something that is of interest to you. Start writing. You can blog, share knowledge, online business, anything. Take up an online gig, for example. And the reason you see this opportunity and be attracted to it because, again, you're what? Your VIPs, right? And then self-learn, you know all these things. Online courses, masterclass, Coursera, TED Talks. Just listen to TED Talks. TED Talks for me, I don't know if you know TED Talks, but you can just go on YouTube and do TED Talks, right? There are a lot of talks that you can just listen to. All these things just will boost your communication skills. Let me tell you something. Communication is a big deal when it comes to the corporate environment. When you go to the corporate environment, it's not all about your first class or your whatever. It's communication. You know that thing when we were in class 2? I use class 2 because that's where I remember a lot. Class 2, and the teacher asks a question, and then somebody raises their hand and says it, and everybody says, I knew it. Why didn't you say it? You see, that's not grammar, no. How to construct that sentence is not there, or you're not confident enough. And when you go to the real world, no one will make excuses for you. So some of you, what you have to waste your time to do is improve on your communication skills. Some of you say you are university graduates, but when you communicate, somebody can get goosebumps. And I'm serious about it. If you don't want to do anything for yourself in life, just at least improve on your communication skills. Communication skills is not about grammar. Being able to speak for somebody to even understand what you are saying. So that's when I say communication, you want to go and learn an accent. Higher of education, that's not communication skills. Some of you have watched, what's that channel, the movie platform? Netflix. So you have different accents because you are watching different movies from Asia to Europe to everywhere. The accent is there. But when you're even communicating, it doesn't make sense. Communication is simple. I should be able to what? Understand what you are saying. You should also be able to what? Just articulate it. That's all. Do you understand what I'm saying? So please try as much as possible to do that. And I want to touch on it. I should be wrapping up soon. Professional mentors is a big deal. So my VIPs, the one who helped me my VIPs because of my mentor, right? Someone like Auntie Hilda, when I was growing up. So people in her circle, I'll go to them. Still, I was in Penyinsen. I had come out of that my insecure thing. And I'll just say, please, I want you to mentor me. And because I found myself in spaces like this. Do you understand? I was going to these things, career, whatever, I'll go. When the speaker is done, I just go and do my small self. I come and ask questions. Do you understand? And somebody took interest in me and they held me. Do this, do this. Some of you don't even have a mentor. The mentors that you have are the ones who are abroad that you don't even know you. Who is your mentor? TD Jakes. Those people, they don't even know you. Do you understand? You need to have a mentor, somebody that you can always call or reach out to say that I'm in this stage in my career, I'm this stage in my life, I need whatever, X, Y, Z. And some of you say that, oh, when I reach out to a mentor, they don't mind. It's even how you approach the mentor. If you approach the mentor, you don't come off as you are serious. Nobody wants to waste their time with you. You understand what I mean? Same way with relationships. If the person can talk to you and realize the person is not talking anything in sense, would you pick a call again or his call again? Do you understand? So that's about it. And yeah, career advisors or tribe. Tribe is basically knowing the kind of people in your network. So they call it tribe. You need to have your tribe. The question, how many of you have tribe members? That's your inner circle. Which people are in your inner circle? They are your checks and balances or balance. Do you understand? There are some people in my inner circle that, I'm going to do this presentation. Let me tell the people who know about this presentation. My mentor knows about it. I shared my slide with my mentor. We had a call together for me to do a prep interview with her. She gave me, no, we are not saying this, we are doing this and everything. When I finished, I'm supposed to send her a report to let her know how I felt about it and areas that I should improve. Yes, it's not easy like that. Then my mother knows about my presentation. She's the one who came and give me the moral support. She reminded me of what my dream that I had when I was a child, right? My father, yeah, when the money is coming is when he's interested in, so Then I have who? My two friends that went to Ashesi together, we are accountable to each other when it comes to our career growth. Do you understand? We will see a job, she will send it to me. Okay, what do you think about it? Like, Charlie, those kind of conversations. Those are the inner circle people. Then when the chilling to comes, we do it. Do you understand? But for you, I'm giving you 1 second. Think about your inner circle. And what people talk about. Just 1 second. Yeah, I'm catching people. I'm catching them. What? Oh, my God. Some people, since they came here, they frown and look at me, son. I'm sorry. Don't frown. Same way I told you, my work is a ministry. The same when the pastor is speaking, sometimes they are speaking and it's touching you, so you frown, right? So it's fine. 1 second, 2 minutes. Hey, I said 2 minutes, 2 seconds more. Hey, I said 1 second, right? So it's up. So I want you guys to really think about your inner circle. How are they even helping you? Not even just career, but as a whole, like a human being. Have you developed the kind of English you were speaking when you were in SS and came to, is it the same thing? Have you gotten some new vocabs that you are using? Are you speaking that I am going to school and I'll be back? You understand all these things? And internship, we all know these things. Internship, take up an internship. And yeah, I get it. Some people will not take up an internship because what? It's not what? Paid. And like I mentioned to you, there are some things you need to do right now just because of what you want to do in future, right? So if you can afford to do an internship for free, please do it. Even if it means you have to send an email to the recruiter to say that, I'm interested in doing this for free, but can you just take care of my transportation, KK? They're open than just not doing it. And it will come and bite you big time. And when it's biting you, then you start blaming people. That because mommy was not there. My father didn't take me to a good school. Because all those things. That's why when I started, I said, own your career journey. Own it. Like it's yours. Own it. Right. So the next one. So yeah, the outcome of everything I've talked about, it makes you attractive and you identify great opportunities and people for your career success. So when I talk about attraction is, again, it goes to the relationship. If somebody works on themselves, if you see that this person has taken time to work on it, so you see the six packs, you see that the body is well, apart from the physical, the emotional, you can see this person talking, he's mature. Do you understand? This person communicates with all these things. You are likely to want to engage the person, yes or no? Exactly. When it comes to your career, if you develop yourself, if you realize that the skills that you need to develop yourself, you've done that, you realize that you become very attractive. So that when somebody even sees you, I know people who have gotten a job opportunity not because they even spoke to the recruiter. The recruiter was just looking at them from afar and could tell that this is a potential employer. So sometimes you don't even have to talk. And sometimes you just have to talk small, BKK. And the employer can tell that you be good or not. Do you understand? So everything in life is strategy. You need to develop yourself. When you develop yourself, it's like you can work and not be employed, but you know that somebody will call you. Do you understand what I mean? I know it's quite deep for you guys, but you get there. And then when you are done with everything, then it goes to you finding a fulfilling career, right? And the fulfilling career, I saw this off the internet. I think I referenced them earlier on, so you can just go and check. A fulfilling career to me is a career you love, right? You love doing it. A career the world needs. It's solving a problem, right? And you are there to fix it. A career you are paid for. That's the most exciting thing, isn't it? Right? And then you are what? You are great at it. Do you understand? And it sums up what I'm doing. I love what I'm doing. I like it to... if I have the opportunity to speak to young people, and I know that at the end of my presentation, may move someone's mindset from point A to point B, even if it's just one person here, it just excites me. And I'm happy that any time I have the work I'm doing, I'm being paid for something I'm passionate about. That's the most exciting thing ever. I want us to reverse that thing where we have a job that we are doing, we are stressed about, we don't really love it, and then we also have our hobby. You see that thing our mothers do? For 45 years, I've known your mother. She's done that job, but anytime she comes home, she's angry. Sometimes she beats you not because you've done anything, but she's just frustrated. And on Saturday, she'll start baking. That's what makes her happy. Do you see that? Why don't you identify your VIPs early to know that baking is your thing, start developing yourself, connecting yourself with the right people, and make baking your thing. And they'll pay you for that. And you realize that the people that are your customers are top-notch people. So you're not just a baker. Do you see the difference? You're not just a baker, but you're a baker and you serve maybe the president. And so when high people come, they are the people that you serve. Do you understand? Because the sacrifice you've made, you have identified your VIPs early, and you've identified opportunities and people, right, who can connect you to achieve your goals, right? And so my takeaways, when I say takeaways, whatever I said, I'm summing it up to. Everything should lead to career success, which is you should take time to identify your VIPs, which is what? Your values, interests, personality, or passion and skills. Your VIPs will help you identify the right opportunities and people for your career path or the career path to explore. And then, like I said, own your journey. It's okay if you are scared, but just start. Sometimes it's scary. When I decided to start my own consultancy, it was scary. I had 1,001 reason not to start. But I was like, what is it? If I feel, at least I tried, no? If you feel at least you did what? You try. But don't take that risk of trying something when you haven't developed yourself. At least the comfort that I had was I have developed myself. I have some confidence that I know that I can deliver, I can add value. So it gave me that confidence to step out and do something. But if you know that, wow, you can't communicate well, wow, your time management is poor, you don't have leadership skills, don't waste your time, okay? And then the last one is when you develop yourself, your skills or competency, you are attractive to employers. You have value. Do you understand? Everything employers are looking out for is value. So when they see, they want to know, would you add value to my business? Are you a problem solver? That's all. The business world really, they are looking for problem solvers. There's always a problem. MTN is looking for problem solvers. Somebody will come and make sure that this is happening. So when a recruiter is talking to you, you just need to know that, would you add value? Would you come and solve the problem? And that's about it. So thank you very much, guys. And I said, don't be too hard on yourself. Enjoy the journey, right? The journey is simple. The journey is fun. I have been on that journey before. And I will tell you that if you take your time to identify your VIPs, you will go places that even people your age can't go there. Thank you.
Oh, let's do it better. Let's do it better. Let's do it better. Wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow. This is deep. Show. She has shown us. VIPs. If you don't take anything, take the VIP home. Yes. I'm blown away. I'm blown away, cry. Okay, so those of us on the platform, I guess everybody's on the platform. Let's, in 1 minute, let's just put whatever we've heard. Anything you heard. I have a package for somebody. So I'm on the page now. Those of us on the page. Your take home. Those on the page. One thing you learned. Wow. She's cheap. Okay. Wow. Hey. I'm waiting. Oh, I didn't say type myself. Oh. It's just one thing you learned. One thing. Can be with just one sentence. Yes. Okay. Okay, so the owner of this phone or this phone number 050-348-4430. 050-348-4430. Give us a wave. 050-348-4430. Okay, give us a wave. Yeah, so let's clap for our sister there. Yes, she gave us some. Those on the page can relate. It's a whole screenshot. Yes, so our ushers at the back there will give you a nice package. Yes, so she says she's a lady in the black at the corner there. Give us a wave again. Yes, so if you want yourself a vibe check T-shirt, let's clap for her. Let me give one last person. I realize to be successful in life. Yes, then 055-444-1468. She said that he or she's okay, it's a she. Now, how did I know it was a she? Oh, my guys. What? But where the boys are? Where them boys are? Where them boys are? Oh, are my boys here? Okay, so, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, it looks like network. Okay. So, our sister said, I realized to be successful in your career, I have to own my career and do something of interest. So our sister here also gets to get a T-shirt. So as and when it goes. So let's be participating. Okay. If not for anything, I took on VIPs and internship. So this is like a live testimony. So she spoke about internship. So I got the opportunity to work at where I work now. I always tell my friends that I work at the biggest broadcasting firm in Ghana. That is the EIB network. If you don't understand it, it's your own. I got the opportunity to work there first as an intern. So I got there. I went there to be a DJ. Yes, most of you know me as a DJ. So then times I was live FM. So I went there to internship as a DJ. So I got there and the HR was asking me questions, asking me. So we're there. I was like, oh, what course am I reading? And I'm like, oh, I'm currently an IT student. I was in level 200 or so. And I'm like, oh, okay. IT there, okay, we know that people you are yo. Why DJ? Then I'm like, oh, I want to. As at that time, there were DJs at Live FM, DJ Varosky, DJ Lord, DJ Isaac Cool. So I just wanted to get close to them and master my craft. And I was like, oh, okay. So then they took me to, I was at Star FM for the interview. Then they took me to GH1. There I met the head of IT. He asked, and I was like, oh, okay. So then I started my internship. 1 month. Then all of a sudden they saw me working on some graphics. Most of the time when I'm at work and we are done with whatever IT job we do. So then I spent some time working on graphics. Then there was an opening. One of the graphic designers had a scholarship to go do her master's outside. Then I was there. Then the then general manager, Mr. Atus, came and he was like, Salom, you're a graphic designer, right? I said yes. And I was like, okay, pack your things, go upstairs. So then I packed my things, went upstairs. I was introduced, blah, 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 blah. I was there one time and our head of marketing called me that, what's your name, blah, 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 blah. The next time I got an envelope, I opened it. It was an employment letter. So for the internship thing in there, some of us might see that it's not really anything. But nobody will come and tell you that this is job. They give jobs to those inside. A big car before they will outsource it. And the time they will outsource it too, you don't have connection. You don't have connection. The time the connection will reach you, not network now a week. Are we here? Okay, so our next speaker is here. The CEO herself. I'll ask her why she didn't give it Jobber Woman, but she gave it Jobber Man. So, again, I will tax our External Affairs Secretary to read her profile for us as we prepare. We saw an auto that won't be distracted with our phones. Oh, the pledge. Oh, let's put the phones down. As and when we are asked, we will engage on the platform. Are we here? So, ladies and gentlemen, let's clap for Madam Ophelia Kusia Mensah as she reads the bio.
Okay. Hilda Nimotieku is currently the CEO of Jobberman Ghana, the leading online recruitment portal, connecting qualified candidates to employers in Ghana. She has 14 years of experience in the business development. Hilda holds a BA in Psychology and Sociology from the University of Ghana, Legon, Master of Science in Business Management from the University of Wales, United Kingdom, and is in the process of completing a Bachelor of Laws degree from the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, GIMPA. Hilda is a passionate professional who believes that when you put more effort into your work, you will surely produce excellent results. She does not give room for excuses. Hilda believes everyone deserves an opportunity. no matter the gender, and that women are equally capable to lead, make boardroom decisions, transform, and overall contribute to building a better society. She is a wife and a mother of 2 lovely boys. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you hear me? It's a bit too loud. Yeah, I think I use this one. Okay. Hello, hello. I should go for that. Mic check, 1, 2. Okay. So, hello everyone. All right. My name is Hilda, as you've been told. So I'm here to speak to you about securing your first job. And Nikia already did the work. When she came out, like, you've laid the foundation. I don't even have to say much, right? Because she's said what needs to be done. So that's a little bit about my profile. So I'll just take you through. I know time is also fast spent. Then you can have opportunity to ask questions at the end. So what is a job? Yeah. A job is something that you do that earns you money, that gives you a living. So it could either be part-time or full-time. I think in our part of the world in Ghana, part-time jobs are very rare, but in other places, there are a lot of part-time jobs for people who are going to school. There are people, even mothers, who can go back to work part-time, work a couple of hours. But in our generation, or in Ghana, finding part-time jobs can be rare, but those are opportunities. There are opportunities there for that as well. So your career can be anything in customer service, healthcare, mechanical engineering, teaching, whatever your passion is. And I'm glad that you talked about your VIP. So you know what you're passionate and you go towards that line. So you don't follow the crowd and go where everybody else is going. Oh, there's money in this role, pound. It's not your passion. So you follow your passion and do what you enjoy doing and what you love. So what employers look at, so there are 2 types of skills that you need to have. There's the hard skill, the technical skill, which is what you're learning right now in school. And this just helps you to be able to perform your job. So those who are doing IT, they teach you the stuff that you need to do that. That is the hard skill, right? That's a technical skill. And these are specific and they are relevant. So let's say during the COVID times, people were looking for IT roles became very like hot cake. And because people were working from home and people who can be software developers and all that kind of stuff. So those are the things that they teach you in school, yeah? Then we come to soft skills. And I was telling Abbas earlier on, we went for an event, and one of the things that I learned from that event was the soft skills are the hardest to learn because they never teach you in school. I mean, what are soft skills? Anyway, all you know is that you finish work, you finish school, you have a first class, you know, you are excited, you're looking to look for a job. But employers look at your technical skills and your soft skills. And I'll go a little bit into details. So soft skills is about your character. No, you can go back. About your character, your interpersonal skills, how you deal with people. When you go into work, your resourcefulness. I think that if you are talking about communication, we can't overemphasize. When you're in work, when you said how many people, I also learned one thing. When you go for an interview and they ask you all the questions, sometimes you're very nervous. And the interview asks you, do you have any questions? I have no questions. Because you want to get out of there. But that's your opportunity to ask questions. That's what makes you stand out. So when you're interviewing like 10 people, the girl who asked the question is the girl that sticks in your mind, right? So you use that as an opportunity. That's your learning pitch. That's your marketing. When it's like, do you have any, you should have researched about the company. You should have had some questions in mind. Even if the questions are irrelevant, ask something. So that's your chance to tell the employer that I am interested. So do you have any questions? I'm not, because you're nervous. You're looking forward to pack your things and leave. But when you go into an interview, those are the things that people look for. Oh, okay, so and I'll tell you a personal story. So when I relocated to Asia, and I would say if you didn't learn anything, learn that the soft skills are the hardest to have, because people go into work with the wrong attitude. And I think there's a slide that talks about attitude, and I'll talk about it when we get there, because that makes you stand out from anybody else. Yeah. So part of the things that we talked about was effective communication. So if you have an idea, don't sit down and think that somebody will laugh at your idea, or your idea is ridiculous. Share it. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You know, you need to be a problem solver, critical thinker. You need to be resourceful. And I'll share, I didn't tell her, but I'll share Abasiama's example. She came into Jobaman as a postgraduate intern. And, you know, internship is not, you know, you're just coming to learn on the job. But she was always there to do the extra thing. You know, she'll come and say, is there anything else I can offer you to do? Is there something I can help you to do? You know, if something that she doesn't understand, she can walk into your office and say, I don't understand this. Can you help me explain? Guess what happened? Guess what happened? She was hired. So we kept her on. We gave her a full-time employment. Because when they need something done, I know if I go to a Basiama, she would help me get that done. So like your FO said, internships are always a way into getting into jobs. And when you go into jobs, don't be like the intern that's there and waiting for 5 o'clock. When your boss is going, show interesting things. Show that you want to take part. You want to be interested in what the company is doing. How do I help? And those are the things that make people stand out and make you, the employer, want to be like, oh. So I was thinking, oh, is Abbas's internship going to come to an end? And I think I'll need somebody like that in my department. So we hire her, isn't it? Yeah, sorry. Then we talked about punctuality. So I know this event, I don't know about time, but people will walk into events and in places, even for interviews. You know you have an interview at 10. You live in Ashoman Estates. That's where I used to live before I moved to Tema. You know the traffic. Instead of maybe riding with your dad to come into town early, you decide to sleep a little bit and take a trotro to get to the interview place. And you are late. So you need to have that sense of, I need to be on time. When I'm going anywhere, I need to be on time. I check the Google map. I need to add 5 or 10 minutes to where I'm going, because there are eventualities. Anything can happen. So one of the things, when you get to the interview first, it's also something that makes people know that, oh, we can rely on this girl. She's punctual, you know? And being respectful. Because that's for where people can annoy you, I beg, please. People will annoy you. People that sometimes you think you're older than, and especially if you go and meet a boss who is small girl boss, and you've come and you think you have experience, she can be sending you, and you're like, this woman, you know? But you need to be respectful. And as I always say, we don't go to work with our age. We go to work with our experience and our skill. So if you go to work and you are older than someone, the person is your boss, you still show respect. Ability to work in teams. So some people who they work well on their own, but they can't work in teams. So usually it's a problem, because the employer will want you to be able to, the teamwork is also important, because you need to share ideas to develop stuff. So if you know you are an individual learner or an individual, learn to, whilst you're in school, learn to form group discussions. Learn to be able to share ideas with people, so that, I mean, you always want to agree, but you need to be in a place where you respect each other's opinion and agree on something. And I'll talk about dress the part. So we've had interviews where people come and they're not dressed like they're coming for an interview. They dress like they're going to the club, or they're going for a party. I always tell people, your dressing doesn't have to be expensive. You just have to look smart. So if it's one trousers, iron it nicely, tuck in, put on your belt. If you don't have a tie, it's okay. The girls, you dress appropriately. If it's heels that you know you can't wear nice flat shoes that are comfortable. Dress well. If you're going for an interview, minimal makeup, because it's an interview. You're not going for a fashion show, right? You're going to sell yourself. It's what you're bringing to the table. And dress up. Don't go and be showing cleavage, because that will turn people off. If you go into a job interview, it won't turn them on, actually. if you go for a job interview, and especially if you go and meet a woman on the panel, they might not be, enthused. Also, I know that modern era, men want to do Rasta and that kind of stuff. Women also do Rasta, but if you're going to work and you're doing Rasta, make sure that it's decent. If you're doing your natural hair, please don't take the natural hair like that. Make sure that you've done it, tied it up nicely, and you're looking very decent. If you're going for an interview, especially if after school, we are in Africa, please. Comb your hair nice, dress nice. Well, when you get to the interview and you are in the company, you realize that their culture allows for some things, then you can. But if you step into, I had an interview, the guy came in, I think it was Thursday, he was wearing, when I saw him, I was like, okay. But I always like to give people the benefit of the doubt, so you have to hear what they say. But the impression has already been formed because of the way the person is dressed. They're trying to do this nice, Rasta that the men do nowadays, and she was wearing, I think he was wearing African print trainers, but the look was just not on. So the first thing people see is your appearance. So you try and look good, and it doesn't have to be expensive. Let me repeat it. So if it's a shirt, wear it nicely, comb your hair, and make sure that you are presentable to the employer. Yeah. So what next? I won't talk a lot about this because Ikuya has talked about it. We know that you have the technical skills, you have the soft skill. What next? Is to identify your strength, and you've talked about that. So I won't overemphasize. So you know your strength, and when you're going for an interview, highlight your strength. And everybody has a weakness. So if you're preparing for an interview, they might ask you what your weakness is. You can't say, I don't have any weakness. You should identify that this is something, and you put a positive spin on it. So, okay, my weakness is trying to do everything myself. And it's a weakness because you're not superwoman. You can't do everything yourself. So part of it is to make sure that I learn to delegate more. So I have found my weakness. I have solved it. So when the employer asks, you can't say that you don't have a weakness. You're a human being. It's a lie. You will definitely have a weakness. So what makes you and your potentially admirable to employers? And so the one thing is your CV. How many people have CVs here? CVs. So a lot of people you try and put your CVs together, yeah? Your CV is your marketing tool. So for us as recruiters, sometimes we don't meet the people. The first thing we see is your CV. And based on the CV, we do the shortlist. So if the CV is not good, you end up that some people interview. Remember we had a complaint from somebody said, I've been on Job Amount for 10 years. I never got a job. So I was like, okay, Jenny, babe, let's look into it. Why? We saw the lady's CV. The CV is not good. And we are not the employer. We aggregate the employers on the platform, and then you apply an employer. So if your CV is not good, you'll be applying, and they will be putting it aside. So you try and make sure that your CV is your marketing tool. So learn this, your CV is your marketing tool. Make sure that the grammar is correct, the font size. Don't put a Calibri somewhere, Arial, and it's all over the place. Make sure that if you're using one font, use the font all the way through. And Jobberman has a CV service, so maybe you can reach out to us. I think we didn't have much time, but normally if we're having this as a day's event, we'll probably bring our recruiters, and we have a CV clinic where if you have your CV, you can bring it and show it to us that this is my CV. Can you check and make sure that everything is okay? So you try your hands on CV. And if you go online, there are a lot of CVs template that you can learn from. But nowadays, a CV shouldn't be more than 2 pages. Even for those who are experienced. So you try and make it concise, make sure that it has all your strengths highlighted on your CV. Okay, so we talked about that. I've talked about that. So a CV, you leave a lasting impression on the employer. So, we send CVs. I remember a customer was like, this person, they are no good. And I said, doctor, have you checked that the person had the qualification? He said, but the font size. And I said, so we called the guy back and said, can you redo your CV in a legible way? And we presented it back to the guy. It's like, I didn't see that. He has 5 years experience here. But it's because as soon as he saw the font size, he put the CV somewhere. He wasn't interested. And that's what employers look at. So you make sure that you build social contact. I think Akuya talked about it. It's very important. Have your networks. and make sure that you have the right network, yeah? And you build your social contact, attending events. These events, I think when we came, we talked about students don't normally come for these events. Like, these are valuable things that we are telling you today. People will never attend and walk out of Wisconsin and will never know. And they'll go onto the job market and do the same mistakes. So you have like a wide opportunity. When we are having these events at school, participate. Make sure that you are there and you're learning, because these are things that they won't teach you in the classroom. These are things that nobody will tell you that the employer is looking for. Yeah, so we have events, you connect with us, and you learn to be deliberate in connecting with people. So you use social media. I know you guys are on social media. Join LinkedIn. Join people who, it's not always about the joke. You know, one of the things that we had a meeting with NASAQA this morning, said people don't get a job because of the things on their Facebook. Do you know that? So somebody will see your CV and they really like you and they want to go on social media to see the kind of person you are. The content you put on your social media will prevent somebody from calling you for an interview. So I'm not saying don't be fun on social media, be fun, but be wary of what you put on there. Yeah. So if you'll be fun, don't put things that will make employers not like controversial things. You might have your things, but if you're looking for a job, make sure that you are somewhere where people can come to you, you communicate well. Somebody will go to the English that you've written on your page, I beg. They'll be like, please, let's call the next person. You see, so use social media and use it very well. We've talked about internship. Take advantage of it. We do have some internship role on our platform. It doesn't come a lot of times, but once you see the opportunity, I know Ghana is hard. If you get a job and they are not paying for the transport and everything, it makes it hard. But if you have somebody who supports you, if you have a parent who supports you and say, do this, go for it, and take advantage of that opportunity. Because after school, if you don't have any experience, sometimes it's hard for people to give you a first chance. So if you get an opportunity and it's not even going to be paid, you take advantage of that. So where to go to get jobs? So I know YOTA is working with you guys, but you can also visit our website, www.jobberman.com.gh. We can help you with a digital CV if you need help. And these are our channels. You can join our channels and let us know. I mean, we love the opportunity to be able to impact so that when you finish school, it's not a hard job we placing you for a job because you have the right skill, right? So that's me. Thank you very much, and we'll take any questions in the panel session.
And let's engage by asking questions. Your take home. Okay, so now we can take our phones. Nice. Now we can take our phones on the platform. One thing we've learned from Madam Hilda. Let's go. Data. Oh. Data. Okay. Wow. People were making notes, pound. Is it a t-shirt magic? Hey. Okay. A job is something that you do that earns you money or a living, which can be part-time or full-time. Martha. It's Martha here. Yeah, so Martha gets a t-shirt. Yes. So Martha, give us a wave. Yes, she knows herself. Then secure your first job, follow your passion. Soft skills are the hardest to learn because, oh, okay. So 055536. Hey, this one elimination my rough tactics. So the message is gone. Okay, 0555-36405. Oh, okay, so Mariam also gets a t-shirt. Yes, so Martha, give us a wave. Mariam, give us a wave. Oh, this one too, my guys. Oh, your internet, no, they work. Huh? Oh, but it's first come, first serve. So when the forum was opened, Martha came first, Mariam came second, Josephine. Yes, Togbi's own is here. But Togbi's own is a forwarded message. Togbi's own is a forwarded message. Does it mean he had help from somewhere? or teamwork makes the dream work? Oh, okay, but so which of the guys get to get a t-shirt? Since it's a guys teamwork. Okay, Togi gets a t-shirt. Yes, on behalf of the boys. Yes, so Togi, give us a wave. Uh-huh. So I think at this point, Martha, do you have your shirt? Mariam, you have yours? Okay, so Togi will get to yours very soon. Togi said, be on time, respect your boss, look sharp when going for interviews, highlight your strengths when going to interviews, always update your CV because it's your marketing tool. Have your network, use social media. Those of you who post anything, you post anything in the name of anything. Now we've realized that in the real world, you can't just post anything because of anything. Because when applying for a job, some HR members go to the stream of going to check the last time you posted on your Instagram. Maybe that time your blood was hot. You decided to have fun. So at this point, I'll hand over the mic to Mr. Eric. We are about to have a small panel discussion. So with a round of applause, let's clap for Mr. Eric.
Shosho. Please give a hand to Hilda and Ikea. We want to ask them a few questions. So if you have your questions, please send them on the WhatsApp platform, and I'll ask it for them. So Ikea and Hilda, please. This will be a very short session. It's just that the questions that they should have asked that they didn't get the chance to ask, that's what we're going to ask here. So I'm going to check on the platform and see. I think we both have your microphones. Otherwise, we'll use the sanitizer to get on with it. All right. Hilda, let me start with you because you were the one that started. You said that the soft skills are the hardest to get. If they are the hardest, what can we do so that we can really get these soft skills? Because they are the hardest, and if there is no motivation, Charlie, I won't do it. So what can we do about that?
I think generally you need to read a lot on your own, like attend like this. That's where you develop those things. Ikea talked about TED Talk. So instead of always going on YouTube to look at funny videos, you go and learn some of these things. You go and listen to audios. You listen to motivational stuff. You read books. So you find books that talk about communication, your workplace etiquette, and all those kind of things, and you'll be able to learn. Because those things, like I mentioned, nobody will teach you in the classroom, but you need to have a mentor. I think one of the things we said about having somebody who can train you and coach you in the right way. So all your friends don't have to be your mates. You need to find somebody that you admire, somebody that does well, and say, I want to learn from you, and learn from that. Then that's a great way to learn those kind of skills as well.
Okay, thank you. And Ikea, he said that you should know your values. Well, I have a question on values, and your passion. And sometimes you get a job and then it's not in your area of passion, but the money is good. And you see the bottom So how do you refuse such an opportunity? Should you let it go and still continue to be hungry? Or what do you do when you get an offer? It's not in your area of passion per se,